We remain extremely concerned about the humanitarian situation in Gaza. As last week's incident in northern Gaza made painfully clear, people are desperate for food, for water, for medicine. Parents are facing impossible choices about how to feed their children. Many don't know where the next meal will come from or if it will come at all. The situation is simply intolerable. And that's why the United States is focused on increasing and sustaining aid in Gaza through as many channels as possible. Over the weekend, the Department of Defense and the Jordanian Royal Air Force worked together to airdrop 38,000 ready-to-eat meals into Gaza. Operating out of Jordan, this operation saw a United States contribution of 66 bundles of aid packed across 3 C-130 aircraft delivered to those in dire need. This airdrop was the first in a series the Department of Defense will be conducting, but I want to be clear about one thing. These airdrops are intended to supplement, not replace, aid through other mechanisms. We are also actively pursuing options to establish a maritime assistance corridor. We are in discussion with a number of partners about this initiative, and while it is still in the development phase, we are optimistic about its potential to supplement our air and land efforts. We continue to work to increase the amount of aid flowing through existing border crossings at Rafah and Kerem Shalom, and to press the government of Israel to open additional crossings and routes into Gaza. Even as we explore other means of delivery, it is critical that we maximize the aid flowing into Gaza over land. When it comes to distribution inside Gaza, over the past week, the ability of the UN and other humanitarian implementers to distribute assistance within central and south Gaza has improved. While over 100 trucks a day of humanitarian assistance are now being distributed to those in need, this level is still significantly below the levels needed to meet minimum requirements to avert famine. In northern Gaza, we remain concerned at the increasing severity of the humanitarian situation. While private sector convoys have attempted to deliver assistance, and some have been successful, these efforts are not and cannot be a replacement for large-scale assistance to the north distributed by the UN. We will continue to press the government of Israel to facilitate increased deliveries to the north. Our goal is clear: to establish a comprehensive aid strategy that includes air, land, and sea routes to maximize the flow of humanitarian aid into Gaza and ensure that aid is distributed to everyone in Gaza who needs it. Finally, we continue to push for a temporary ceasefire through a hostage agreement that would allow a massive surge of aid into Gaza and ease the distribution problems that are currently hindering humanitarian efforts. A deal is on the table, a deal that would bring the hostages home and that would alleviate the terrible suffering of the Palestinian people. Hamas should accept it immediately.